Good morning, my name is Alice, and in this video I will explain you how to make a swap in a decentralized exchange in the Milkomeda mainnet. The Milkomeda is a Cardano blockchain that a side chain that is compatible with the Ethereum virtual machines, so we can run Solidity contracts and everything as in an Ethereum compatible blockchain, but it is linked. Some assets are wrapped from the Cardano assets to Milkomeda assets, like wrap ADA, but there are also DEXs there, so we can use the routers as in any UniswapV2 fork. And there are a couple of DEXs, and we are going to make a swap using the router there in Ethers.js. For this, it is a very quick script in Ethers.js. Let me show you. Here is. This is all the JavaScript script. First, we must initialize the node. We are going to use Ganache. So I have installed Ganache before. This is the command. With Ganache, we can make a local copy of the mainnet in our machine, and it will run locally and will allow us to interact with the contracts that are deployed in mainnet as if they were deployed on our local copy of the blockchain. We must say the provider, that in this case is this for Milkomeda, and the network ID. And when we do that, we start we fork the mainnet in our machine. Oh, something went wrong, I don't know. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. So with that we have started our local blockchain, and then we can run.
Para eso tienes
script.
que desbloquear tu teléfono.
So I use the addresses of the contracts. I got it from their Github. This is the DEX that we are going to be using. It is called MuesliSwap. It's in Milkomeda, and I went to their GitHub, and I got the addresses of the contracts there. The UniswapV2 core has the contracts, the most important contracts, and in periphery we can have contracts that allow us to do the swaps in an easier way, especially the router. This contract allows us to interact with the core in an easy and trustful way. So for using it, we must first import it. I have installed the UniswapV2 from npm. You can install, if you Google UniswapV2, you can copy the command UniswapV2 core and then run here on JavaScript, and that will install all the commands that you need, and then you can import them from your script. We load the address, we connect to our local provider that Ganache works on 8545 port. we load the router from our npm module. We connect. Well, Ganache gives us this provider for testing our contracts. And we get an Ether signer. A signer is like kind of a wallet in Ethers.js. It allows the owner of some of the it gives us a fake account for interacting with the blockchain, and this fake account has some funds that we can use for testing our contracts. Here in the Uniswap node module, we also have the interfaces of the ERC20 contract. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say interfaces. I wanted to say API. The API is like the bridge between JavaScript and blockchain. Is like it tells JavaScript how to call the functions inside our contracts, and when we compile the contract, we get the X-byte code and we get the API. The API is useful for interacting with the contract. So now we must initialize one contract, one class contract in Ethers, and for this the first input is the address of the contract, then the API, and then the signer that we have defined all here. And once we've got that, we can run our little script. First, we get the address of the signer. As I said, the signer is like the fake account that we will use to test our contracts. Then we call the contract, and we are going to log the initial balance, USDT balance that it has. Then we are going to fetch the timestamp because it is needed in the router when we want to make a swap. And then we can initialize our contract of our router contract. This is done here. We pass the address, the API, and the signer, and we initialize the transaction. We call the function of the router contract, swap it for tokens. Here we must pass. I am not sure about the arguments of these functions. Here we are passing a time that after a time that if this time has passed, the transaction will not happen because the price might have changed and we might get some not favorable trade. So we are just passing a number here. We are sending the value that we want to exchange for USDT. Here we say that we are going to change wrapped ADA for USDT. Wrapped ADA is like the wrapped it in Milkomeda, and this one is what I am not sure why I use it. I think I should see the router. But well, let's run the command. I will investigate why I use that. So we run the script. And we see that before the swap we had 0 USDT, and after the swap we got this quantity of USDT. So the swap went through, and that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.